State University in Savannah, Georgia, and you're doing your thesis on land crabs. Give me the title of your thesis.
The population and the abundance of land crabs in relation to human population and habitat quality.
Okay, now why crabs, of all the things that you could study in marine science?
Well, it was a topic that I was given to come back home with. There are a lot of topics that they have at the school that they would want us to do, but I felt, being a Bahamian, I felt that I should come back home and work on something that I feel is very vital. And I've known that we're losing a lot of crabs, and it's very important to the economy as well as to the population that we need to figure out what we can do to keep our crab population up.
Exactly.
Some entertainment, data show, data show. When you want some culture, data show, data show. Want to know what's happening, data show, data show. Grab your remote control, take a seat in your sofa. Get the people of this native show, yeah man. Get the people of this native show.
TTL's Native Show.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hey, 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 it's Jiminita Swain and welcome to What's Trending, the spot where the buzz meets the bold and we're diving into topics that are shaking things up. It's Thursday, August 14th. Let's get into it. Coming up on today's show, she moved countries to give her son a better chance after his autism diagnosis and in the process found her own voice as an advocate. Up next, one mother shares her emotional journey, the cultural challenges, and what every parent should know. Then, it was once one of the most iconic brands in the world, but Kodak's struggle to evolve with the times has pushed it to the edge. Despite inventing the digital camera, the company shelved its own innovation, and now it's scrambling to survive in a world it helped to create. Up next, a cautionary tale on what happens when companies resist change and why knowing when to pivot can mean the difference between legacy and loss. And finally, Celebration Key Fam. It's that time again for our weekly shout out to the coolest vendors on the Key. Today we're diving into a Bahamian flavor explosion. Get ready to see some serious deliciousness you don't want to miss. That and more right after the break. You're watching What's Trending.
diet-friendly special?
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
When her young son was diagnosed with autism, one mother made the bold choice to uproot her life, leaving home and moving to the United States in search of better support. She not only found the help her son needed, but leveled up in her own life, earning a master's degree, and now she's turning her journey into purpose. Donnell Major is joining us now to share her story with us. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have you here with us. So take us back to the beginning. When did you first notice signs that your son may be on the autism spectrum?
It would have been around age 2 or 2.5. We noticed that he had some repetitive behaviors, lining up blocks, lining up cars, lining up everything that he could get his hands on. He had a thing for numbers, so he would sometimes take bananas or fruits and create numbers with them. And he initially had problem behaviors, some aggression, and he was also nonverbal. And that in itself is complicated because while he was nonverbal, he had hyperlexia, meaning that he could read at a very young age, 17 months. So he just didn't have that spontaneous speech to be able to say, Mama, Dad, I'm hungry, my stomach hurts, whatever have you. But if you gave him a book and you kind of snuck behind the closet, you would hear him reading. And yeah, there were other signs as well.
Well, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced in trying to access support here at home, whether through healthcare, the school systems, or even the community?
So initially, after we got his diagnosis, the challenge was getting therapy, applied behavior analysis, speech, and occupational. Not only was it extremely expensive, but there were not many individuals, professionals that we had access to. And it's still kind of the same situation even today. Additionally, schools, there were not very many that would accommodate children on the spectrum at that time. And so he would remain home for some time before we could access schooling.
So what ultimately led to your decision to move to the United States? Because that must have been a leap, talking about emotionally, financially,
yes.
And just in every way you could imagine.
It was a whole lot. What happened was he was in school for a time and he accessed some therapy, but it was extremely expensive. And after we had exhausted our savings, our life savings, we realized that we were, out of options. And I had began researching options outside of the Bahamas and the U.S. In particular, New Jersey was one of those places that came up, and I began delving into options there for him, and that's how the journey started.
And in all that, you pursued your passion, deciding to get a master's degree. How did that all come together?
So I'm a trained teacher. I'd been teaching for, at that time, 15 years with the Ministry of Education, 13 to 15 years at that time. And well, when I realized that my son had special needs, it just made sense that that was something that I needed to pursue in order to, help him and not kind of leave it up to professionals. And so I did my research into other options. So special education was the introduction to it, and then I ended up applying for a program where it would allow me to become a board-certified behavior analyst. So I would be able to implement ABA therapy and help not only my son, but other children.
Yes, that was just going to be my next question.
Yes.
Seeing that you got that certification, just, give persons an idea of what that meant, but I'm glad you provided that clarification. Yes. So that's definitely a leap and a step in the right direction.
Yes.
But based on what you've seen both here at home and in the United States, do you think children with special needs are getting the care that they need?
Here in the Bahamas, we have a ways to go. It's been my experience, and what we're finding now is that more and more children are being diagnosed with autism, and we're kind of seeing that the supports are not sufficient, and therefore parents are having challenges accessing the supports that their children need. And so professionally, we have 5 board-certified behavior analysts in the entire country, all of them in New Providence. And can you imagine, the wait lists, trying to get, on those wait lists and access much-needed therapy for your children or your child? That's posing a problem. That's what I'm observing. Additionally, the school systems, a lot of times parents feel that if they enroll their children in school, some of these challenges or behaviors that they're seeing can be addressed there, not realizing that it takes specialized supports.
So what do you think then are still some of the misconceptions that exist as it relates to autism?
I think a lot of people think that they are incapable of doing things that typically developing children can do, academics-wise, extracurricular activities, and that's a misconception. They are definitely highly intelligent children, a lot of them. It just depends on where they fall on the spectrum.
Now, you say your son is 11 now. How critical is that early diagnosis and individualized support when it comes to dealing with a child on the spectrum?
That's an excellent question. And so when you get a diagnosis, as a female, many women dream about having their kids, and they already have it planned out. They're going to go to this school, this university, they're going to do this and that and the other. And when you get a diagnosis, all of that changes, right? And you go through a grieving process that's probably about 6 to 10 steps. I went from 1, I went through the first process, and then I went to 6 or 10, whatever the last one was. I didn't have time to properly grieve. I'm the type of person, I cried, and then I was like, Lord, what do I need to do? Tell me what to do to get my son help. You didn't give me him just for this. And so we got the diagnosis and immediately enrolled him in therapy here. And after that didn't pan out, I relocated with him to the US, where he was able to access speech and occupational therapy in the school. And then we outsourced applied behavior analysis, ABA, for him. That was critical because when we left, he had food aversions. He would only eat fries from Wendy's.
Wow, that was very specific.
Very specific. One of his pediatricians always said he has a refined palate. And within months of being there, he started eating things like celery sticks and peanut butter.
And you were like, huh?
Bell peppers. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And then he started phrases, he started, more words were coming out, and it was just in a matter of months, a difference.
So then what would you say to parents who may be feeling overwhelmed on this journey and who may just be starting out? What do you say to them?
It is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and it's not easy. You're gonna cry a lot. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna go through a myriad of emotions. But at the end of the day, you must remember the most important thing for you to do is to fight. Not to give up. There are supports out there that you can access, and what's important is the intensity and the intensity of the early intervention. You're not waiting until the child is 5 or 6 and they're beating you up in the home, or you're experiencing severe challenging behaviors that you cannot, control. You want to, take note of the developmental milestones that the child may be missing. And if they're missing them, you want to, start looking into how you can curb those and deal with them ahead of time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tonell, for sharing your powerful story with us today.
I appreciate it.
And definitely all the best in the future.
Thank you so much.
Well, from determination to this mother's journey is a powerful reminder that advocacy begins at home, and sometimes it grows into something so much bigger. Coming up, Kodak invented the digital camera, so how did it fall so far behind? A closer look at the iconic brand's battle to survive. Stay with us.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Once the undisputed king of photography, Eastman Kodak is now in the fight of its life. At its peak in the 1970s, Kodak controlled nearly 90% of the U.S. film market. Its name was everywhere, from family albums to Hollywood movie sets. Kodak moments weren't just ads, they were memories. And here's the twist. Kodak actually invented the digital camera all the way back in 1975. But leadership shelved the idea, fearing it would kill the company's cash cow, film. While others raced into digital, Kodak stayed behind. Fast forward to 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. It emerged a year later, leaner but never fully reimagined. Now in 2025, the company's survival is once again in question. Kodak just reported a $26 million net loss in Q2 compared to a $26 million profit last year. Margins have slipped, cash flow has turned negative, and the company's issued a, quote, growing concern warning, meaning even it isn't sure how long it can stay afloat. It gets worse. Kodak holds just $155 million in cash, but owes nearly $500 million in short-term debt. To free up funds, it's making a controversial move, terminating its pension plan, which could unlock $500 million in assets but leave many longtime workers in the lurch. For many of them, the move is heartbreaking. But Kodak isn't folding just yet. The company is now pivoting again, this time into pharmaceutical manufacturing. Its plant in Rochester, New York now produces phosphate-buffered saline for labs, with plans to expand into IV saline and injectable drugs. Still, the market is competitive and Kodak is late to the game, going up against major players like Baxter and B. Braun. This isn't the first pivot. In 2018, Kodak tried launching its own cryptocurrency, Kodak Coin, a digital currency for photographers. It made headlines, then quickly vanished. Before that, a swing at consumer printers, that didn't last either. Analysts say Kodak's core printing business continues to shrink, while its new ventures like pharmaceuticals and advanced materials are still too small to offset those losses. And while its pension wind down may buy time, it doesn't guarantee a future. Will Kodak rebound? Possibly. But it'll take bold decisions, rapid execution, and a little bit of luck. But if there's one lesson here, it's that even an iconic brand can still fall behind fast if it fails to evolve. In the age of AI and disruption, Kodak is a living reminder that innovation waits for no one.
Diet-friendly special.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
Welcome back to Celebration Key. It's time for our weekly vendor spotlight. And today we're serving up a true Bahamian favorite, flippin' fritters. Get ready to discover the delicious flavors and the stories behind these tasty treats.
Welcome to Celebration Key, Meet the Vendor series, where we sat down with our vendors one-on-one, where they shared their story and their journey to becoming vendors at Celebration Key.
My name is Omar Pratt. I'm the part owner of Flippin' Fritters, along with Jody Butler. Me and Jody sat there, we started coming up with different names and whatever, and then we came across Flippin' Fritters. It's like, okay, that sounds good, and it means a bunch of different things, and it's like a Bahamian slang, Flippin' Fritters, so that's how Flippin' Fritters was born. But Flippin' Fritters is a product-based business. It offers sweet and savory fritters. So you don't only get like the savory fritters, you also get the sweet, so you get dessert too. We get the conch fritters, we get lobster fritters, shrimp. We also have veggie fritters for people who can't eat seafood. We offer veggie fritters. And for the sweet ones, we have banana, coconut, guava fritters, and all have a special dipping sauce like the cream, cheese sauce, and stuff like that. So that's just some of our fritters we have to offer. sauce definitely going to complement the fritter. So, like with the corn fritters, we have the regular sauce, like what we have here in the Bahamas, like with the ketchup and the mayonnaise, hot sauce like that. But, you know, we spice it up with different spices like the garlic and honey. And we have a flipping fritter sauce that has honey and some other stuff inside there that I wouldn't, you know, tell now. We explored like waffle ideas and, you know, just specialty items that people don't have just to draw people to us. So when Carnival came about and then we saw that they were looking for food trucks, it's like, okay, we have a food truck, let's see what we can do there. We went, we say, okay then, let's do a business proposal. Let's write up some stuff, tell them about ourselves and send it in. We sent it in and a few days later, got an email and it's like from Carnival, I was like, what? It's like, this can't be real. We went out, got some specialty plates, some that shaped like fish, the conch shell, all this stuff, so we didn't serve on regular plates. We did the fritters. We start off with the savory ones. We did the conch fritter first. We served that. We did the shrimp, we did the lobster, then we move on to the sweet. After serving them, like, from the first one, they fell in love with it. But when it came down to the dessert ones, oh my gosh, that was it. Those ones were a real hit. And by the time we were done, we had a conversation. They asked us, you know, what could we offer Carnival? And we told them, us, flipping fritters. We know the importance of food storage and consistency and everything. So they sat down there, and when they were done, they was like, okay. About 3 weeks later, got a call from Mr. Pillar, and Mr. Pillar's like, you all were chosen? I was like, ah. He said, yeah, sir. I put the phone on mute. I was like, to get that call and that email from Carnival, that was, I would say, life-changing. Even like little old me, and I was like, I'm sure we're not the only ones that applied to Carnival. So to be picked, that felt unreal. It felt like a dream, you know? It still feels like a dream. We are excited to start. We can't wait to start. I think the best feeling is going to be when we actually serve that first person. I don't know if it's allowed, but I think I'm going to need a picture with that first customer to be like, this is the first customer. Like, just go from there and then just watch people continue rolling and just watch that customer take that first bite and be like, all right, good, good. And we don't just serve fritters, we serve an experience, and we can't wait to flip and serve you.
Let's keep it on the waters with a little tropical fun. We're playing a game we like to call Cruise or Lose Vacation Edition. Joining me is the one and only Corporal Pyfrom, and together we're diving into some hilarious would you rather questions, all inspired by island life, cruise adventures, and those classic vacation dilemmas we all know and love. Now here's how it works. Corville and I will toss out 5 scenarios each. Think beachy choices, cruise ship moments, or totally ridiculous hypotheticals, and we'll each pick which one we'd rather do. Now, some might be tough, some might be totally wild, and a few just might tie in with the amazing experiences you can have over at Celebration Key. No points, no pressure, just fun, laughter, and maybe a few questionable decisions along the way. Corville, are you ready to cruise or lose?
I'm ready to cruise.
Okay,
I'm happy to be here with you today.
Well, it's great to have you here with us, Corville. So I'll go first. Would you rather to have unlimited comforters every day of your cruise or a bottomless frozen drink in a souvenir cup?
Tough choice, but I'm going to go with bottomless frozen drink.
Just a fun time.
Just a fun.
Ditching the file.
Oh, just
all right, okay.
Let it.
So would you rather to lose your flip-flops on deck or your room key after a long night out?
flip-flops.
All right, that's a smart choice. You sound like you just
Need to get back in. Need to
all
get back
about
in.
the fun.
Yeah.
All right, so would you rather to have your mic go live while you're singing off-key in front of your dream interview guests, or miss a step and take a tumble walking onto the ship with everyone watching?
The mic one. I think I'd go with the mic one. Yeah, the singing, go off key.
That's rough.
No, falling in front of a crowd. So tell us, would you rather explore a secret island cave or snorkel with colorful fish all afternoon?
I go in with the snorkeling. I don't know about getting lost in the cave. At least in the water, I can find my way out.
I kind of go with you on that one as well. All right, here we go. Number 2. Would you rather pack only swimwear for the whole trip or only dinner outfits?
I think only dinner outfits. You know, I like the dress. I'm
not surprised.
I'm about that.
I'm not surprised. Keep it going. Would you rather sleep under the stars on deck or get a free upgrade to the captain's suite?
Listen, that's the easy one to upgrade. That's where I want to go. I got carrying up coffee. What you mean?
The real win. Whether you cruise or lose, just make sure you enjoy the ride.
And for sure. Well, we'll see you next time. And remember to keep those island vibes alive.
Termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
And that's the end of another trending week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. That's at What's Trending on ZNS for all the latest buzz, behind the scenes moments, and what's hot on the timeline. We'll be right back here on Monday at 6 p.m. with more lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. Have a great weekend, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Grand Bahama Resort seeing a boost in business thanks to the NACAC Track and Field Championships. Officials from the Ministry of Social Services touring new temporary housing. And a police-involved stabbing is now under investigation by the Complaints and Corruption Branch.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, we're now just one day away from the North America, Central America, and Caribbean Association Athletic Championships, and hotel and resort officials say it's the boost businesses have been waiting for. Several properties are reporting more heads and beds this weekend thanks to the major sporting event. Our Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
Hotel properties on Grand Bahama are benefiting from NACAC being hosted on the island this weekend, with the Ocean Reef Resort and Yacht Club boasting full capacity during what is traditionally the slow season.
NACAD has given us 100% occupancy this week. We are so grateful to have them here. They have been an awesome group of people, and we are just excited. We have a total of 60 rooms. 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms is what they consist of. And NACAC currently is occupying at least 55% of those rooms.
Hundreds of athletes, both local and international, are on the island for the sporting event, and operations manager Cindy Davis says officials are grateful for the economic injection the sporting event is bringing to the island and the property.
This is what is known as our slow season. August and September is generally slow season in the hotel industry, so it has been extremely slow last week. So we welcome this busyness that we're getting right now.
Managing director of the Pelican Bay Hotel, Magnus Alnabek, says that property is also getting a boost.
For us personally, we have about 200 room nights from the event, and we could have probably got more if we could have, but we are actually very busy at the moment. So it's having a great impact. I'm not sure how many room nights in total in Grand Bahama that they have, but I think it's fantastic to see that in August, in the middle of the hurricane season, that we do an event like this and it puts some energy into the place.
Island Seas Resort and Marina is not being left out. Assistant Resort Manager Laquelle Bullard Delaveau says the property has welcomed some 58 athletes.
With NACAC coming in, it's doing well for us. We would have welcomed in Bahamas, Anguilla, Aruba, and Turks and Caicos. So it's been a little hype since they came in yesterday.
Occupancy at that property is now about 30%, and because business is usually slow during this period, officials say they are embracing the business. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Thank you for that, Cleo. In other news, additional temporary housing units will soon be made available for residents of Grand Bahama. The Minister of Social Services, along with a team from the department, taking a tour of the newly renovated complex today that is expected to be fully completed in a few months. Ramiko Knowles has more details in this report.
The Ministry for Social Services responding to the island's need for temporary housing through the renovation of the Pine Forest complex located behind me. This building has 10 units, and the minister responsible for social services, the Honorable Miles LaRota, says they will be fully furnished with all amenities included.
This is the result started under the former minister, my predecessor, the late Obadiah Hercules Wilschcombe.
The final touches are being made to the housing units located in 8 Mile Rock. Minister LaRota says it gives him great joy to be able to assist those in need, but he stresses that these units are only for temporary shelter, not long-term housing.
This is to assist the poorest of the poor, to help them get through a rough time, but also to work along with them to get from dependency to empowerment. So we're looking at probably 3-month stays here.
And while it is only to assist those who may need social assistance, consideration will be given based on an individual's circumstances.
This property is not just to assist those in West Grand Bahama. And so anyone in Grand Bahama who meets the requirement, who are means tested and qualify for temporary shelter assistance, could apply to stay here.
Officials say applications for assistance are available at any social services department. Charlamagne Fernando, Social Services Director, acknowledges the hardships many residents face on the island.
The Department of Social Services and certainly the ministry does not like to see families out there on the streets sleeping in cars and struggling to that level. That's not something we're used to in the Bahamas, and we don't want to see that continue. So anything we can do to try to address this issue, we are happy to do. And so we are so pleased that this first temporary shelter facility is coming online, and it's just about ready to be open.
Switching gears now, police on Grand Bahama are responding to claims from a mother who alleges that her son was stabbed by a police officer while at a local establishment. The officer in charge of the Northern Bahamas says the matter is now in the hands of the Complaints and Corruption Branch, and adds that while officers are sworn to serve and protect, they are also justified in using force when necessary.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Eduardo Dame says allegations against a police officer involved in an alleged stabbing are now under investigation by the Complaints and Corruption Branch. While he couldn't share many details, Dame explains that the incident began when an officer was handling a matter at a local establishment with a young man when 25-year-old Franklin Altonor approached and got involved.
This resulted in officers arresting two 25-year-old males. One for threats of death, assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, and disorderly behavior. The other was arrested for assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, and disorderly behavior. During the arrest, one of the males was injured and subsequently taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital for medical attention. This male is currently detained at the hospital.
When asked directly if the police officer did in fact stab Altonor, here was the Assistant Commissioner's response.
The matter is still a subject of investigation that is being looked into under the Complaints and Corruption Branch, and all allegations are being looked into by the Complaints and Corruption Branch. I cannot speak further as to what are the details because, as you are aware, the matter is under active investigation.
In response to the mother's plea calling on officers to uphold their duty to protect and serve, ACB Dames acknowledges that this remains the core responsibility of the police force. While he does not condone police brutality, he adds that during arrest, situations can escalate. In such cases, the law allows officers to use a justifiable amount of force.
Officers' behavior, where it is founded that officers have acted beyond their capacity as law enforcement officers, they will be dealt with.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, it's a story that's been making headlines since earlier this month. An altercation between three women at the international airport. Now, all three are facing criminal charges. Our Yolanda Thompson Everest joins us with more on what the police are saying about the incident.
What started as a heated argument at the international airport has ended in criminal charges. Three women now facing counts of fighting. Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll speaking out on the matter, warning that this kind of public violence officers are cracking down on and those involved will be held accountable.
I wish to say that the three females who were involved in that fight at the airport were all charged before the court for fighting.
The superintendent of police says this charge should serve as a warning to others about the consequences of disorderly behavior. He stresses that the police expect adults, especially, to know how to peacefully resolve conflicts, particularly in public.
Whenever in doubt, reach out to someone, or your local police officer, security officer, or even some appropriate adult to try and bring some resolve for the matter before it gets to this fighting in public places.
Roll also providing an update on another video circulating on social media showing a young man resisting arrest at a local establishment, which similarly resulted in charges being filed.
While conducting the search of this young man, he began to act oddly and resisted violently, as you can see in the video. He was later subdued and taken to police custody. I can say that he was charged and put before the courts on charges of resisting arrest and disorderly behavior.
Addressing complaints from residents about police brutality and occasional mistreatment, Roll acknowledges that while disorderly conduct will be dealt with accordingly, Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles maintains a strong stance on police professionalism and remains committed to the oath officers have taken to protect the public.
I would not tell you that it doesn't happen. Had reports before, and it was addressed. So we need to, like I said, the unethical behavior, our commission stands firm on, and professionalism, we will serve the public.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson, Everest.
Meantime, the surge of crime in the nation's capital is a growing concern, says youth activist Dudley Sade. The founder of the Reach Out Youth Organization is no stranger to speaking out against rising crime, but tonight he's urging community leaders to take a stand as well. Sade emphasizes that crime is not solely a government issue, it is a problem that starts within society itself. Matthew Martinborough has more in this report.
Crime throughout the country has taken a concerning turn for the worse, with more recurring incidents, namely a mass shooting that claimed 2 lives and injuring 5 other young males in the nation's capital on Saturday, August 9th. Speaking with Dudley Sade, a community activist and founder of the Reach Out Youth Organization, he believes society is to blame for the violence in our communities.
It's a social problem. I think what happened is the government don't buy guns. The government don't shoot. So I think it is a social problem that this country is facing. That young men literally are riding in their vehicles, going out searching to kill. So I think personally it is a social problem.
As a victim of both a shooting and stabbing incident during his adolescent years, Sade contends that a greater effort to stop the violence can be made from community leaders.
They need to put all of us in a room, and I continue to say this, the Collins Reed, the Darren Rose, the Dudley Sade, put all of us, the pastors, put all of us together, the policemen, and let's tackle this. You have over 3,000 churches in Nassau, and we still having bloodshed. And when they're saying, boy, they ain't my family, or I just going on normal, it is not normal what they're saying. Something is terribly wrong.
Additionally, Sade mentioned several ways that may assist in eradicating the crime problem, such as stiffer penalties for firearm possession and more diverse mentoring programs. However, he feels that an impactful way of doing so is going to the heart of where these issues stem from.
Because I started my organization in the Garden Village community, where the hardened guys was, and I had opportunity to speak with them, sit with them. Why y'all joining gangs? Too much of your young boys are dying. And I think, and when we did that, we had an opportunity to talk to them, and we could see a little curve in it. So our work really is mentoring young men.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
And still to come.
Urban Renewal launches Youth Empowerment Initiative just in time for Youth Month. That story plus sports and more when we return.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
The 2025 NACAC Track and Field Championships are coming to Freeport August 15 through 17. Athletes from across the region will compete at the Grand Bahamas Sports Complex in 3 days of non-stop action. Follow NACAC Athletic Championship on Facebook and Instagram. Tickets are available at nacac2025.bahamasloc.com.
It's back to school with Bellevue Gifts and Supplies. Shop now and get huge savings on composition books, 15% off textbooks, workbooks, school supplies, and all teachers' aids. Bellevue Gifts and Supplies, Queens Highway, making going back to school more affordable.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The Urban Renewal Youth Achievers Club is stepping into Youth Month with a bold new vision, a national initiative aiming to empower young people, build stronger communities, and ensure no youth is left behind. Sharing more on the initiative is Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Senator Kirkland Russell.
One of the most important parts or elements of the Youth Achievers Club is to put the government, in a position where we could track these children from start to finish. No matter what discipline they may be in, we are able to track their progress, provide intervention, or whatever support they may need along the way.
Manager of Urban Renewal's Northern Branch, Tanya Monroe, says the program was carefully designed to meet young people where they are, ensuring there's something for everyone while focusing on the overall development of each child. For those interested in getting involved, applications are available at all Urban Renewal centers. You can also visit the Urban Renewal website to find contact numbers and learn more about the program.
All of these things are geared towards promoting and building a child from the bottom up, because our drive, our focus is to make sure that we can follow a child from we meet them until it's time for them to leave us. There is something for every child if you want them to be a part of us, and we can assure you we take good care of them.
Well, on night 4 of our Grand Bahama is now fully fiber ride series. We follow the customer journey from installation to real-life impact. Customers share how BTC's fiber service has improved their experience, from supporting youth programs to enabling virtual meetings, planning, and community engagement. Plus, BTC team members and customer service reflect on what the upgrade means for those they serve. From the people who matter most, the customers. From small business owners to content creators and students, fiber has transformed how Grand Bahamians live, work, and connect.
We already cleared that queue, so nothing is in hold. All our customers have already been cleared here.
From sign up to activation, the copper to fiber migration is a carefully managed process. Project lead Annika Mills works across departments to ensure every customer is moved over with precision. It starts with the basics, building a clean, accurate list, names, phone numbers, email addresses, and correct home locations. For Annika, every detail counts.
Once we had that comprehensive list, it was shared with our support teams. I managed the list and also work closely along with those various teams to ensure that the customers were contacted and they were migrated prior to the deadline.
But what is it that truly keeps BTC customers happy? According to customer service representative Alexandria Richardson, it comes down to delivering on the promise.
I think the BTC offering the best in cutting-edge technology, actually us offering the best quality and services and products to our customers. You have customers that are fine with their copper services, but I like to educate our customers and let them know about the benefits and the cost-saving measures that our fiber services can offer them.
And for community leaders like Pastor Darren Roll, the arrival of fiber was a game changer. As a mentor and director of the Falcons Boys Club, Roll manages youth groups that rely heavily on digital tools, and BTC's fiber upgrade couldn't have come at a better time.
One of the things that the instructors are going to be requiring is fiber, going to be requiring fast internet. So when BTC said that to us, it was a no-brainer for us to be able to partner with them.
Pastor Eddie Victor describes the transformation as night and day. After years of constant interruptions, buffering, and downtime, he says the shift to fiber finally solved the frustrations that had become a daily norm.
Not only did I immediately sign up, but I told my neighbors all through North Bahamia that fiber service was now available.
From seamless migrations to real-life impact, the fiber journey has only just begun. But for the men and women making it all happen, in our final segment, we go behind the scenes, spending a full day on the job with a BTC team member.
And that's a look at stories making news. Our Jay Philippe is up next with sports after this commercial break.
It's back to school and back to savings at Bellevue Business Depot. 20% store-wide sale until September 13th on cash and credit card purchases. Spend $50 or more to enter to win a laptop. Drawing and sale ends September 13th.
Clearview Glass and Windows Repairs, Freeport trusted name since 2006. This August, get 10% off all Windows screen. Give them a call today at 352-7694 or 826-7509. The choice is clear with Clearview.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hi, I'm Thomas Bates. Welcome to Spectrum Paints. We're a one-stop shop paint store here in Freeport. We carry Benjamin Moore paints among many other brands. We have all the sundries you may need, brushes, rollers. We have floor paint, wall paint, roof paint, stucco, anything. We can custom match colors, computer matching, computer tinting. We carry Benjamin Moore paints, which is the industry leader in paint quality and customer satisfaction. We're the only place in Freeport you can get Benjamin Moore. You can find us on the web at spectrumpaints242.com. We're located number 5 Oak Street, across the street from Hugh Campbell. Phone number is 351-9539. We are open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and on Saturday, 8 to 1.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. The NACAC Senior Championships is set to begin tomorrow morning right here at the Grand Bahamas Sports Complex with over 30 countries competing in the region. We spoke to some athletes from Team Bahamas and other countries in preparation for the big meet tomorrow.
I'm going to be competing in the mixed relay on the 16th. I'm very confident in the team that we have, and I hope that we could get that qualifying spot. Right now, the bubble, I don't remember the time, but the bubble is Jamaica from last year, Paris, so hopefully we can get in there.
I feel like I'm going to do well. I'm excited. I'm in shape. I've been training for this event, and I think if everything goes well, I'm going to win this meet. My focus is just to take it one step at a time. Once I get to the end, I know I'm going to win the event. So just got to take it event by event, and possibly, hopefully, I'll come with a win.
I'll be competing in the 110 hurdles this upcoming Friday. I think the morning session is my heats. And the expectation is for me just to finish the race healthy. I mean, I've been hurt since, like 2 months now, so this is my second race back. So I just want to go there and execute the best of my abilities, and hopefully I could go there and qualify for the the World Champs team.
I'm competing in the 4x1 at this meet. I feel amazing. I feel as if this is one of the best 4x1 teams that the Bahamas has had in a long time. So I think that we can go there and do something special. It's just a matter of execution and getting the stick around. And I think that we can run something fast.
I'll be competing in 400-meter hurdles, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready.
I've been training for this, preparing for Worlds. So this is part of preparation and, bring home a medal by the grace of God.
The event that I'll be competing in is the 400-meter hurdles. My expectations for that is to go there and hit the World Championship qualifying standard, just finish the race healthy. And training for me has been going really good this season. I would say this is one of my best seasons I've had in my life because I didn't deal with much injuries. And then if there was something that kind of felt uncomfortable, me and my coach, we just kind of took the time to recover, rest, and do a lot of treatment.
Right now I'm currently at 55 seconds. All I have to do is run 54 seconds, which is my goal for this weekend. And also within the ranking, I'm number 41, if I'm not mistaken, and 40 girls to go. So I'm pretty close. I'm pretty confident that I can make it.
Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
The 2025 NACAC Track and Field Championships are coming to Freeport August 15 through 17. Athletes from across the region will compete at the Grand Bahamas Sports Complex in 3 days of non-stop action. Follow NACAC Athletic Championship on Facebook and Instagram. Tickets are available at nacac2025.bahamasloc.com.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. One, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. You get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Biggest night this November 1st. Join Alliance Promotions, YBE Promotions, Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and Bahamas Air as they present the Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series at the National Stadium Ground. Performing for the first time, Tyrese comes to Bahamas to deliver an unforgettable performance. Also performing R&B sensation Uncle Sam. The Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series, Saturday, November 1st at the National Stadium Ground, Nassau. Tyrese and Uncle Sam together for the first time in Nassau. Advance tickets are available now at all Cash and Go locations or log on to cashandgobahamas.com for info. Call 242-427-8111 or call 242-357-0116. Be there.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the national report, Atlantis announces plans to expand. Plus, shantytown residents in the capital have about 28 days to get out or face the music. And a family of 7 forced to sleep in their vehicle after a fire ripped through their East Street South home. We've got their heart-wrenching story. The Bahamas tonight, the national report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. With more than 3,800 rooms, over 40 restaurants and bars, and an expensive marina, an 18-hole championship golf course, and its 141-acre water park, Atlantis Paradise Island Resort truly reigns supreme in the domestic and international hotel sector. And the big news today is that the property's developers announced their plans to expand the resort even more to continue serving as a cornerstone in the country's #1 industry. Altavis Munnings reports.
On Thursday, global investment firm Brookfield Corporation announced the successful completion of a $1.93 billion refinancing of Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. Atlantis' developers are planning an additional $475 million in capital improvements over the next 5 years. That includes a full renovation of the Cove in 2026, upgrading guest rooms, public areas, pools, and dining venues, as well as a series of high-impact projects across the resort aimed at elevating the guest experience and strengthening Atlantis' competitive position. According to Brookfield, these investments are expected to create hundreds of local construction jobs and support new long-term employment opportunities for Bahamians. Atlantis is the largest private sector employer in the Bahamas, with approximately 6,200 team members, and more than 20% of Atlantis employees have been with the resort for over 2 decades. Brookfield is also exploring strategic development opportunities across 46 acres of land adjacent to Atlantis and evaluating plans to redevelop the former beach tower. Now, since 2020, Brookfield has invested more than $260 million to enhance Atlantis' position as one of the world's premier destination resorts. Brookfield's refinancing of Atlantis is welcomed by the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, who endorses the creation of hundreds of construction jobs and supports long-term employment. The Ministry of Tourism, Minister Cooper maintains, welcomes partnerships that help strengthen workforce readiness while supporting sustainable growth across the industry. Atlantis Paradise Island Resort officially opened in the Bahamas in December 1994 and has since become a landmark destination on Paradise Island. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings.
Thanks a lot, Alto. Well, several dozen orders of demolition given to a number of residents in an unregulated community located south of Faith Avenue. Lloyd Allen was in that community known as Montgomery Shantytown, where residents today began their countdown and are now forced to find alternative housing.
Over 135 of these notices have been attached around this Montgomery shantytown by officials just yesterday, indicating to residents that these illegal structures are now being taken down by government, and with the occupants given just 28 days to do so.
26 days is small. Give me 3 months.
ZNS News spoke with a resident living in the unregulated community off Cowpen Road who wants to comply with the request. But finding a new home, he says, is a challenge. Social Services was present with a mandate to assist specific occupants.
Well, our mission here today was to go throughout the unregulated communities along with the team of social workers to see who were in the communities who the Department of Social Services is able to assist. Bearing in mind the assistance provided by the Department of Social Services is for persons who are Bahamian citizens or with permanent residence.
Social worker Deborah Smith also noting a number of children as residents.
We estimated about 50. About 50, and from looking on, it seemed to be about 150 or so persons that are in the community, bearing in mind that many of them were not at home.
The notice referenced the Building Regulations Act, Chapter 200, due to construction without a valid building permit. All of the 135-plus structures were given 28 days as of August 13th to be dismantled or will be demolished, giving those residents until September 9th to find new residences as those structures will be demolished. The Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs, through its unregulated task force, this year has already demolished 6 shanty towns, 3 in New Providence, 2 in Abaco, and 1 in Eleuthera, with others also being assessed throughout the country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Senators today read for a second time the National Health Insurance Bill. They're debating a compendium of health care bills comprising of the National Health Insurance Specified Chronic Diseases Prescription Drugs Fund Bill, the Health Promotion and Wellness Bill, the Dental Professional Bill, and the Pharmacy Amendment Bill. Amaya Moss reports.
Minister of Economic Affairs Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis spoke on the compendium of healthcare bills, describing the legislative package as an important measure, underscoring that health is essential for all Bahamians.
We all recognize that healthcare is a basic need, and chief amongst the responsibilities of any government is to ensure that its citizens have access to healthcare, so that healthcare is accessible, it's affordable, and it's adequate.
Halkitis noted that the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted vulnerabilities in our healthcare system.
COVID-19 laid bare our healthcare woes to the nation and to the world. It caused the diversion of critical resources to treat and fight the pandemic. And unfortunately, what that meant was the continuing attention to health issues like chronic non-communicable diseases, the diabetes treatment, the healthcare treatment. They almost had to take, or in some instances, take a back seat as we fought the healthcare, the COVID-19 pandemic. In the years since, and though the worst of COVID-19 may be behind us, issues remain. It is against this backdrop that we debate the compendium of 5 bills before us today that I listed, which represents, in my mind, undeniable progress.
Halkitis acknowledged that substantial funding and resources are needed to restore health care to normal operations. He is confident that the challenges in delivering adequate health care to the Bahamian public will be overcome. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
In her contribution to the debate on the National Health Insurance Bill Thursday, F&M Senator Maxine Seymour made it clear that now is the time for the Bahamas to fix its supply and demand chain and pay close attention to stock levels when it comes to the ordering of various drugs for pharmacies across this country.
We have to make sure that, we diversify, because drug shortages around the world are impacting countries. And so we're no different. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be impacted. So when we talk about trade and expanding we have to find ways to really buy high quality drugs from other markets, or do whatever it takes to make sure that the supply chain is working properly and fully.
And still to come, more than 100 places designated as hurricane shelters in the event of a storm. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Long day? Hungry crew? Say less and satisfy everyone with KFC's Summer Buckets. Grab a super summer bucket and get 8 juicy pieces of fried chicken, 8 nuggets, corn, our new white rice with gravy, 4 buttery biscuits, 4 Switcher Pink lemonades, and 4 dessert biscuits. So whether it's on the beach, at home, or chilling with the crew, KFC Summer Bucket starting at just $20. Bring all the flavor. Summer with KFC. It's finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
Like, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many times would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it? The Marcos got that deal, boy.
You're looking at a shot of the Nassau cruise port at Nassau Harbor. Will millions disembark to see the capital? That shot courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. In a matter of hours, Tropical Storm Erin could become a strong Category 1 hurricane. Met officials anticipate the weather system to turn north and have no impact on the Bahamas. Nonetheless, Disaster Risk Management Authority Managing Director Aaron Sargent assures Bahamians that the National Response Plan is ready to be activated. Sargent also outlined shelter management during a press conference this afternoon at the Office of the Prime Minister, verifying that an estimated 144 shelters are listed on the updated national shelter list, although a small amount of them that didn't meet the requirements were removed.
We're encouraging residents to know where their shelters are, there are secondary shelters because that shelter might be full by the time that you might get there. And so, yes, we are working on developing or strengthening the capacity in terms of shelters in country. We know that the number is small when you compare to policy, in terms of population, but we are encouraging residents to know their shelters in their area.
But the message of preparation is paramount as Disaster Risk Management Authority officials implore residents to get storm ready.
Inspect your yards, review your family emergency plans, know where your nearest shelters are. And again, you can visit getready.gov.bs to find the necessary resources to help you and your families to prepare. But not to wait. Check the infrastructure around your homes. Know what to do with other family members, because we find that in these times, buddy systems help. So knowing whether or not you need medication and the like to ride out, or whether any natural hazard threat.
Tonight, Haitian gang leader Jimmy Barbecue Charizer is a wanted man. The United States is offering a $5 million reward for the gangster's capture. 48-year-old Charizer and another man, Basil Richardson, have been indicted on charges of conspiring to transfer funds from the United States to fund gang activities in Haiti. Barbecue, a former police officer, is said to lead a group of gangs in Haiti known as the G9 family, whose members are suspected of murder, robbery, extortion, rape, targeted assassinations, drug trafficking, and kidnappings. He has been under U.S. Treasury Department sanctions since 2020 and UN sanctions since 2022. Richardson, who is a naturalized U.S. citizen, was arrested last month in Texas. Here is United States District Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Peru.
Barbecue was a police officer in Haiti, but he led many campaigns of violence against Haitians in Haiti, including the notorious La Saline attack in 2018. Notorious because he both planned and participated in the killing of approximately 71 Haitians. It is a turf war that has shocked the human rights activist in the world.
As crime continues to be a challenge, authorities caution that technology alone cannot keep our streets safe, noting that the public's cooperation will help create stronger and safer neighborhoods. Amaya Moss picks up the story from here.
In neighborhoods across the Bahamas where the echoes of crime have too often shattered the peace, closed-circuit television cameras, or CCTV, has become a symbol of comfort and protection for many. With more than 500 private homes and business establishments under surveillance, these silent sentinels serve a crucial role in supporting police investigations and helping to hold offenders accountable. However, the system is not without its limitations, says Grantley Eiffel, president and CEO of Magraful Security.
I think persons purchase based on their finance. Sometimes they ignore the fact that the cost of the camera system, type of the camera system, will have an impact on quality. So that's a limitation. Knowledge, understanding what the system does for them and is or designed to do for them. I think that's also a limitation.
Eiffel is contracted with the government for CCTV installation throughout the country. Still, he underscored the urgent need for stronger public engagement in curbing crime, acknowledging that CCTV alone cannot replace community involvement and collective strength.
Really and truly, the public, I think, is the best tool because they can give you play-by-play information on what they might have seen as a witness. They can give you a sense of what the pieces were to a particular crime that video surveillance may not.
These residents, Beverly Mortimer and Shannon Bannister, agree with Eiffel in being their brother's keeper and collaborating with police to fight crime.
But we need both. Because, what the CCTV camera can pick up, the community could really come out and really say, hey, this is this and that is that, because they know the drama, they know the criminals, they know who beefing, they know who doing this.
CCTV, whatever else was carrying on, who can assist us after it's done, might have its quality, but I'm one who thinks that it should start in my house, where I know where my children are going, what they're doing, and what they're bringing home to me.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Thanks a lot, Amaya. Well, a family of 7 still reeling from a fire Wednesday night that cost them everything. The patriarch providing an update on his family's condition and their plans moving forward. Danielle Dean reports.
The reality for Emmanuel Tybos and family is just now settling in following a raging fire that ravaged through their apartment and forced them to stop all of their church's activities.
And I can still speak in the gospel, God. That can't stop me. That give me more stronger and speak the gospel in the name of Jesus.
Tybos, who lived upstairs, remembers praying in the East Street church he leads as bishop. House of Bethlehem Ministries International, Winniganap Street vendor operating just in front of the 2-story building, interrupted with the worst news. It was then he sprinted up to the family's apartment only to meet his family, including his wife, who's in her 3rd trimester of pregnancy, running towards him. His brother, the brother's wife, and their child living on the lower level. Now, for his immediate family, he says the 7 of them only managed to escape with the clothes on their back, but luckily a family friend was able to provide 1 or 2 outfits for each of them. But the father and husband says, unfortunately, Wednesday night, they resorted to sleeping in their vehicle on a local beach. Even Tybos's routine Wednesday prayer meeting had to be indefinitely cancelled beginning the night of the tragedy.
Full of water because the water come from upstairs, when they kill the fire, everything messed up in the church. I lose everything in there.
Thankfully, the family has already received short-term assistance.
Shiver service and stuff, like, they give me a place to sleep. The letter rigged in the car. I don't know how long they allow me and stay there. After whatever they give me, I have to be a man. Go work for, that's what the Bible said. From your man, you have to go work to your own.
Now the latest from fire chiefs just 1 day later is, of course, investigations are still ongoing. Reporting from East Street for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Weather officials sending a heat advisory to the public on Thursday as temperatures baked near 100 degrees. Lloyd Allen was on the road checking in with the public on how they prepared to beat the heat.
Temperatures in the Bahamas today reaching as high as 90 degrees, but that's some good news for tourists like these ones behind me coming to Arawaki to catch some sun, but Bahamians across New Providence finding ways to stay in the cool and fight some of this summer heat.
First of all, I always wear a long sleeve. Some people might say it keeps you hotter, but it actually keeps you cooler because less of your skin is exposed to the sun.
From the Meteorology Office Thursday, a heat warning issued for the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands of a severe heat wave, with temperatures feeling anywhere between 112 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, while the remainder of the Bahamas will experience feel-like temperatures between 102 and 111 degrees for the next 3 to 5 days. Local construction mason Anton Joseph says he has felt the heat intensifying over recent days and continues a regimen for himself and his team to remain hydrated.
We also have a big container cooler over there filled with ice and nice cold water. So make sure the guys stay hydrated. And now and again, we take a break and go and sit in the shade.
While much of their time at work is outdoors in direct sunlight, Joseph also indicating that appropriate headgear is also essential to fighting the heat. Now, around town, we saw a number of Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority workers also taking a reprieve to beat the heat. A different story, though, for visitors at the beach.
We're from New York, so there's a lot of humidity out here. This is a different type of heat, so, I'm not really tripping over this.
We've been here, 3-4 hours now? I think the ship docked at 8 o'clock, so I've been out in the beach for probably like 2 hours now, but I'm doing okay.
Reporting from Arawaki for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you want on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Back into school.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, Malena joins me live for a sneak peek of Access Now. Malena, what's happening?
Well, we're meeting a few new people tonight. Last night we met Felice Jones, weather cadet, and we have a few more weather cadets in with us tonight. So the future of the Bahamas Weather Services looks very bright. And we also have a former intern turned social media influencer coming in, so we're going to be talking to her later, too.
Oh, pretty interesting there. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report continues right after this.
Diet-friendly special.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything. Like wearing a Balloon Man costume?
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesars.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars, Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza, pizza.
And finally, tonight, International Men's Day is celebrated in November each year. Tonight, Desmond Saunders is in Oaksfield, where a meeting is being held to plan for it. Desmond, what can you tell us?
The International Men's Organization, it's an organization geared towards celebrating men. They're hosting an event here this evening, and the whole aim is to come up with strategies and initiatives to combat some of the social ills in our society impacting men. Joining me is the organization's president, Dr. Henry Higgins. A pleasant evening, sir. Let's talk about the inspiration behind this. We are fully aware that Men's Day will be celebrated November 9th, yes. But what are those strategies and initiatives that you hope to develop from this meeting?
Today, what we're trying to do is to come together, to put our heads together. All of us have great ideas, but if we don't have the manpower, we don't have the resources and the finances to bring these to play, then we are wasting our time. So the whole objective of International Men's Day is not to operate in silo, but to operate in collaboration. So this meeting this evening, we're going to share our vision. We're going to invite other groups to share their vision and see how we can bring our vision together to make a difference in our nation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Henry Higgins, the president of the International Men's Day, meeting here on University Drive, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture headquarters. Back to you, LaDonna, in the studio.
Thanks a lot, Desmond. Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Get to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, that's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The Agricultural Development Organization is reaching the youth through its Grow and Thrive Summer Camp. The camp, which was held this week, hosted 25 students all ready to learn lessons in sustainability. ADO Executive Chairman Philip Smith says it's the first time the organization held this free program, and he's pleased with the results.
Basically, what we have here is getting kids involved in agriculture and also character development. And so we know that the majority of farmers in the country today are over the age of 60. And so we believe that it's very, very important to get young people interested in farming, and we thought this initiative could go a long way in doing that.
Climate environmental scientist Amber Turner was one of the camp directors.
So this week, the kids have been able to learn about composting from Nicholas Fox, the Compost King, how they can turn their old food scraps, their eggshells, etc., into compost to fertilize their gardens. And today they're learning about sustainability, so reducing, reusing, and recycling. And so they're making some bird feeders out of old water jugs and just showing them how mundane things can be used for the garden and just recycling and reducing their waste. And so the kids have been very excited, very engaged, and having them outside in the garden is really important.
Two kids of the program spoke about their experience.
It feels very special because I get to help plenty of people, especially the birds with the bird feeders.
I learned how to plant the plants, how to give it nutrients and other stuff.
ADO officials say they hope to continue this program for many years to come. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Kendia Smith.
Small Business Development Center officials and partners distributing grants that will greatly support our fly fishing in the Bahamas. Some great news for that industry. And believe it or not, ADO Summer Camp opened today, just when you thought all the fun had ended. Plus, it's back to school time and the Marathon constituency is giving back. And coming up in sports, Caribbean Hoop Fest set to tip off this weekend.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. Well, it's almost time for the kiddies to be back in school. We are in the middle of August, which means in about a week and a half, school's going to be open again. So let's watch out for the kids on the street as they try to get in their last bit of fun. And on this end, let's dive right into news. Well, Andros is considered the bone fishing capital of the world, and with these kinds of bragging rights, it's only fitting the government responds by providing financial support to those in the fly fishing industry. Small Business Development Center officials and their partners held a special ceremony in no other place but Andros to distribute the grants that will greatly support our fly fishers. Our Felicity Darville was in Andros, and she filed this report.
Nearly $1 million injected into fly fishing in the Bahamas, and Bahamians will be the owners. The Small Business Development Center partnered with the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Bahamas Fly Fishing Industry Association to award 27 Bahamian businesses from throughout the Family Islands with $823,644 to support the fly fishing industry. It's a landmark event that supports an industry contributing over $170 million to the country's economy annually. SBDC's Executive Director, Samantha Roll.
It is truly a monumental moment. And I say that because it goes beyond just providing grant funding to entrepreneurs. We're talking about an industry that caters to the top 1%, to the elite. And for Bahamians to have ownership in that industry. Bahamians for the Bahamas.
Member of Parliament for Central and South Andros and Mangrove Key, the Honourable Leon Lundy, is excited about the impact these fly fishing grants will have.
It'll be very impactful because it'll help their business to grow and actually to invite those who are just getting into the business to get some equipment. It's a great lucrative business, and definitely it'll help the economy of the islands and help them propel forward in their businesses also.
David Nemore of Cappy Boys Guiding Services in Bearing Point, Andros, agrees.
Definitely this will provide growth for not only my company, but for persons in the area. As we know, this is a $150+ million industry. So everything that's granted to Bahamians will trickle down into our society and these local economies and trickle down even to the younger person.
It's a proud moment for Bahamas Fly Fishing Industry Association President Prescott Smith.
This is a significant step for our country. This is historic. It's never happened before in our history, and I'm happy to see that attention is being paid to an industry that has so much potential to develop so many entrepreneurs in many areas. It's not just the lodging or the guiding. You have so many areas that are attached to these resources that will be developed as a result of the investment being made.
From the Andros Island Bone Fishing Club, one of the oldest lodges in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, I'm Felicity Darville for the Bahamas Tonight.
Thanks, Felicity. Well, you know what they say. If you want to tackle a problem, we must start at the root. Or in this case, with our youth. Our Danielle Dean, for the first time in this next report, planted a cucumber tree at an agriculture camp aimed at teaching our little ones the value in growing their own food, in turn making them advocates for food security. Here's the story.
For dreams like nationwide food security that can seem so far out of reach, these little ones have no reservations that it's attainable. And not only that, like any good goal-driven dreamer does, they're working toward that goal. The Agricultural Development Organization has been in operation for a decade, and this year is the first it's hosted summer campers. The campers are on day 3 of 10, and planting has been 13-year-old Candice Roll's favorite part. And I must agree, I joined in on the action, and it was a pretty fun experience.
Today we're making bird feeders. This is my bird feeder. I didn't paint it as yet, so we're supposed to make 2 holes in it, and then we're gonna paint it and decorate it so we can put bird food in it.
She and her little backyard farming buddies, Zane Bosfield and Aidan Colley, are the future of agriculture, whether on a personal or commercial level. The 2 boys found their way to the camp in different ways, but they've both been having a great time.
I learned a lot about composting and plants.
I joined this camp because I love agriculture and I love animals.
What sparked young Aidan's interest in animals, you might ask?
Most people eat them, and if everybody likes it, then I could sell that, and I get pretty a lot of money from that.
Behind their heightened interest since joining the camp is ADO Executive Chairman Philip Smith.
Getting persons, young people, motivated to get into farming, because most of the farmers today are over 60 years old. So getting them motivated through the success that you see financially, and then also I think this understanding of eating healthier, that it's so important when we could grow what we eat and eat what we grow.
And with that said, I'll be going back for my cucumbers, so I, like the campers, can know how it feels to grow what I eat and eat what I grow. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, parents of the Marathon constituency and their children were in for a treat today when Member of Parliament, the Honourable Lisa Ramming, brought them together and got them a little closer to being prepared for going back to school. Our Amaya Moss has the story.
This week, the Grace Community Center became more than a hub, but a lifeline for children and families preparing for the new school year. Backpacks filled with supplies lined the tables, but the real gift was hope, encouragement, and reassurance. Spearheading the milestone effort, Member of Parliament for the Marathon constituency, the Honourable Lisa Ramming, explained that the initiative's primary focus is about giving kids a strong start, underscoring the tools to dream big.
Love your neighbor always. And what is that? That is where each neighbor living in different areas, constituencies, do something special, do something for a neighbor that you probably have never done before. Go to a neighbor, ask them if you can help them buy their kids shoes, some shirt or bag or a book. Do something. So this is my way of loving my neighbors here in Marathon.
Parents stated the initiative gives them hope, stressing that every contribution, big or small, has a lasting impact on their children's education and well-being.
Not enough children have parents that can afford back-to-school items, but with an event like this, it is very important for the children because they get to enjoy themselves, have a great time.
We do appreciate what the minister's been trying to do for us, or what she's actually been doing for us. I am a testimony, yes. Minister gave me an opportunity a few years back, and I'm now able to provide for my children, being a single parent and all too. So I want to say thank you to the minister.
Well, I think this is a great opportunity for kids to get free school supplies and have fun as well. This is a water splash event. So I think it's a great opportunity for kids parents who can't afford school bags and school supplies.
And with the first bell of the school year about to ring, these backpacks being given today hold both the lessons of the past and the promise of what's to come. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Still to come, social media influencer Catherine Duncombe joins us live in studio. And we're also going to be catching up with our Basil Dean and his weather cadets on the other side of the break as he gives us an update on Tropical Storm Erin. So stay close.
Classroom teacher for more than 2 decades, and she's now a published author. Janetta Taylor Gibson, principal of Sims Primary School in Long Island, recently released her book, My Jumpstart to Reading.
I am so proud that today is the first day that I get to release my book, and it's just so amazing that I have the director, the permanent secretary, our Minister of Education, and everyone here to be the first recipient of this book.
Taylor Gibson tells of the inspiration behind the book.
It was during the pandemic that one of my teachers said to me, Miss Taylor, you need to write a book to assist not only the students but also the teachers. So I am proud to say that this book will help teachers in the classroom. It will help parents because even some parents are delinquent in reading. And then it will help the students themselves. This book is actually a self-paced book that each child can work with it at their own pace.
And what's in the cards for the future?
My secretary is, she's pushing me to write the upper primary version because, of course, we focus on the phonics and that in lower primary, but we still need to continue to enforce the vocabulary and all of the skills from grades 4 all the way to grade 6. That's my goal, to get part B of the literacy book.
It only goes up from here. That'll do it for Ed Talk.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Welcome back. I'm sure you know it's time for our weather report, but just before we turn things over to Basil, we have a few more of our weather cadets with us tonight. Welcome to Access Now, guys. So can we just start with you guys introducing yourselves for us?
My name is Sanea Adderley. I am an upcoming graduate at Queens College.
Amazing.
My name is Aiden Shepard, and I also attend at Queens College.
My name is Amia Simon. I attend CV Bethel.
Wow. So what has been your favorite part of the program so far?
My favorite part of the program has been learning about everything, all of the weather, and also the field trips as well. It's been very informative and just very fun.
You guys?
Definitely for me, my favorite part was the hands-on experience with the instruments and different things in meteorology.
For me, just like Aiden said, I like the hands-on experience, and I also learned how thunderstorm clouds are formed.
Amazing. Well, you guys, I can't wait to see how far you guys go. I'm glad you guys are enjoying your program tonight. Well, we're so glad to have had you all with us. All the best in your endeavors. Now we can turn things over to Basil with tonight's weather report.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast. We get you started in the tropics, and we have Tropical Storm Erin. While it is intensifying, nearing to hurricane intensity at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the center of circulation was some 790 miles to the east of the northern Leeward Islands. Is now packing winds of some 60 miles per hour, and by tomorrow afternoon, we expect the system to become the first hurricane of the season. But the good news is it continues to move west at about 17 miles per hour. That has not changed, but by tomorrow, we anticipate a shift towards the west-northwest, and that will certainly keep that system away from us. We're looking for that northerly turn, and that should be well established as we head into the weekend. But most importantly, we're looking at a Category 3 by the time we head into the weekend, and that system will generate some very large swells over much of the Bahamas. That will start taking place late Monday, and for the rest of the week, we'll have these large swells that will cause some beach erosion, particularly along the eastern coast of the more easterly islands of the Bahamas. And our live weather radar showing not much activity out there, very much dry conditions. And as we go into our boating forecast for the northwestern islands right through Friday, those winds are going to remain light and variable, very flat seas, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Tide-wise, it's going to be high at 12:36 in the morning, with a low tide at 6:53 in the morning as well. And for the central islands, tonight through Friday, east to southeast, 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. As we roll into the southeast Bahamas through Friday, the wind's going to be a little stronger there. Easterly at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So we're asking small craft in the southeastern Bahamas to continue to exercise caution. And as we take you into Saturday, this northwestern parts of our country, we'll see a slight uptick in the winds. They become easterly at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights also building 2 to 4 feet. Now, your low tide on Saturday, that will take place at 7:50 in the morning, with a high tide at 2:23 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, all combined, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. And so we will hold that caution flag for both the central and southeastern islands on Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
You better batten down. Hurricane a coming, it's so big and strong. Hurricane a coming, you better not delay. You better find shelter, cause it's headed your way. Said I'll huff and I'll puff, blow your house down. I'll huff and I'll puff, wipe out your town. Said I'll huff and I'll puff, gain.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marlena?
Thanks, Basil. Last night, we promised to have social media influencer Catherine Duncombe live in studio, and tonight, we keep our promise. Let's welcome Catherine to Access Now. Now, fun fact, Catherine was actually one of our interns here at ZNS in the past, so I just need to start off with congratulating you on all of your successes so far.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And so can we just start off with, not everybody at home knows what a social media influencer is.
Okay.
Can you define it for us?
Yes. So I would say a social media influencer is really someone who just shares their life, shares their story with hopes just to inspire others.
Amazing. And so how long have you been working on social media, and do you feel like that's the way of the future? I know some people are a little resistant to social media, but do you think we're all kind of going in that direction?
I definitely think so. So my journey really started at UB, where I studied media journalism, and I got to learn photography, videography, and just everything in the media world. Then, as you said, I interned here at ZNS, which was such a beautiful experience, where I really learned the art of visual storytelling. Then I worked at a social media agency and marketing agency, Fincastle Media Group, where I then just learned everything media, marketing, social media wise. And so I just think now in this digital landscape, social media is needed. It is a must.
It is. And now you have your own business, if I'm correct.
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us a little bit, what's it called? What services do you offer? Get us updated.
Okay, so my business is called Creative Lens Marketing, and what I do is really just specialize in helping businesses and brands get their stories out there, get their businesses out there, with the hopes of really turning their viewers into customers and into their community.
Right. right?
Yes.
And so really quickly, if someone's watching this at home and is saying, you know, I just can't get with the social media stuff, how can they contact you so you can be their social media fairy godmother?
Okay, so you can contact me by emailing me at creativelensmarketingcd@gmail.com or check out one of my social media platforms, Creative Lens Marketing.
Perfect. Well, Catherine, it was our pleasure hosting you. We hope to have you back soon and wishing you all the best with your business.
Thank you so much.
And now it's time for us to check in with Total Sports to see what's on tap.
And the Caribbean Hoop Fest set to tip off this weekend. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Find the summer-loving specials you need at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Cardinal Evaporated Milk, 13 ounces, $1.09. Vitamalt Classic, 16 ounces, 2 for $3. Pretty Lady Red or Green Seedless Grapes, $3.99 per pound. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Danish spare ribs, $2.39 per pound. Super savings all summer long at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and
You
more.
can even have your uniform skirts custom made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Welcome to Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports this weekend. The Caribbean Hoop Fest set to tip off over at Loyola Hall. The showcase returns to the beautiful shores of the Bahamas for the third time. This year's event is set to showcase the best of basketball talent with teams from around the globe, including New York, and of course our local squads from Nassau and Freeport. Organizer Donald Francois tells us more.
We have teams from Canada, got teams from U.S., we have Freeport coming in, some of the kids in Freeport, and we have the national team, the 15 and under, and the 17 and under coming to participate in this tournament. It's becoming more international. A lot of outside teams are coming in, and what we're trying to do, we're from New York City. We also affiliate with Lehigh. I'm at Archbishop Malloy, and we have affiliates across the board for scouting reason, players that want to, have dreams playing D1, D2, and maybe even go pro.
With Francois being a high school coach out of New York and seeing VJ Edgecombe's rise to fame, he says he certainly is impressed with the talent that the Bahamas possesses.
I go all over the world, and I think Bahamians, they got it. They're athletic. I don't have no words. They have opportunity to really make an impact in this sports. Not even basketball. There's other sports that we deal with, but the main one's basketball. But they have all the opportunity to make a big impact in this community of basketball. That's why, I always come back here.
And that's one look at your sports on this Thursday. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
start every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby Ultra-Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra-Tech.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
You're looking at a shot of historic St. Matthew's Anglican Church located on Church Street right here in New Providence. In the 1700s, Reverend Robert Carter held services in a home due to the lack of an Anglican church in eastern New Providence. With the population growing rapidly and realizing a church in eastern New Providence was highly necessary, St. Matthew's was built in 1802. That shot of St. Matthew's is courtesy of our drone pilot Kyson Miller. From St. Matthew's with love, let's take a flight down to Bimini. Let's go. August marks an historic turning point for Bimini as BTC unleashes a transformative wave of connectivity that promises to reshape the future for every resident and business on the island. Unveiling its revolutionary BTC Air network powered by Tarvana's next-generation fixed wireless access technology, the company delivers lightning-fast broadband, expansive television programming, and reliable landline services, completely changing the connectivity game for the Family Islands. The company is calling this more than just an upgrade, but a monumental leap forward. The BTC Air network brings innovative fiber-to-the-home caliber internet performance without the constraints of cables, effectively erasing the digital divide in Bimini and propelling the island to the forefront of global connectivity innovation. Well, it's a good day for technology, and speaking of technology, let's check in with our Matea Cunningham and let's talk socials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Socials. Today we're talking about one of the most underrated keys to social media success, your niche. Now, a niche is basically your little corner of the internet. It's the space where you share content and connect with people who have a specific interest. Think of it like your favorite cafe. You keep going back because you know what you're getting. Maybe it's caramel lattes, comfy chairs, or that one playlist they always have on repeat. On social media, people stick around for the same reason. They know exactly what to expect from you. Niches can be big and broad, like travel, fashion, or fitness. But the real growth happens when you get specific. Instead of just travel, maybe you do solo budget travel in the Caribbean. Instead of fashion, maybe you do it's thrifted streetwear under $50. Instead of fitness, maybe it's at-home Pilates for total beginners. That level of detail is what makes your audience feel like you're talking directly to them. And the internet has a niche for everything. I'm talking frog-themed baking, historical sewing tutorials, cozy reading corners, luxury pen collectors, extreme couponing, what I ate in a day as a medieval knight, and my personal favorite, people cleaning extremely messy houses in real time. Here's the thing. When you try to appeal to everyone, you actually connect with no one. But when you focus on one specific group, you create a community. You become the go-to person for that thing. And that's how you build loyal followers who engage, share, and stick around. So if you're trying to grow online, don't be afraid to narrow it down. Get specific, own your corner, and make it the place to be. Because remember, in the world of social media, it's not about being everywhere. It's about being unforgettable somewhere. I'm Matea, and this has been Let's Talk Socials. Toodles!
That is some great advice, Matea. And that does it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow for Entertainment Friday when Papa Smurf will be live in studio performing for us. And stay tuned for the last newscast of the night with Royston Jones at 11. Good night, everybody.
On Lyford Key, I'm Tanya Smith-Cartwright. This is ZNS.
Well, we're moving on up. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up